Alright, ladies and jets, I'm probably gonna put the video first. Quick analysis, quick breakdown of NQ, what we saw. So I was currently tape reading here, but let's go to MNNQ. To me on the daily, I'm still a little bit more bullish, but we are having low resistance be built up, and we're still inside of this right here. This volume balance, also imbalance. So it looks more bearish to me. We're just gonna flush. I don't know when. And then on the 4 hour, we had this right here, and I was just watching us hold that PD area right there. It's very important. This inversion, bullish fair value gap, and then we also formed this right here, bullish mitigation block on the 4H, but on the 1H, it was a bullish breaker. So I was using the breaker here. I did wait for 10 a.m., close to 10 a.m., and we did also have an inversion here form on this one. So again, just clear bullishness. Where was my target? I was using standard deviation targets here from this low, or this manipulation lag from this right here, to then target higher prices. And eventually we were aiming for this up here, this buy side objective, and that was our our final terminus. And eventually on the 15, we didn't really have much on the 15-minute here, even though we did have a 15-minute SIBI being hit. Where was it? It was right here. We had a 15-minute SIBI being hit, and it was just still yet to not get inversed. And then on the 15-minute time frame, we also had CRT. That could have been a key confluence here for us to move lower and complete it, and then eventually start to reverse. And then we also had this right here, 15-minute BISI, which didn't hold. We did hold this order block though, and we just pushed up higher there. But again, it was more of a range bound market here. I think I should have just waited for more of a sweep. Even though the breaker did form, we were just not delivering into the higher time frame PD array. We were already inside of a premium, and then eventually we dropped down to the 3-minute. So on the 3-minute, again, this is the 15-minute SIBI, this is the 1 hour inversion, and the 4 hour inversion. On the 3-minute, we had a 3-minute bullish BPR form. So we had a SIBI here, and you can see we eventually created a BPR. And as soon as we retraced back up into that BPR, I entered my trade and had my stop loss down there. And I was originally going to risk more, but it just didn't allow me to, because we were risking only, we were only allowed to risk 5 contracts of the micros. So that's basically all I had, which was equivalent to this amount that we lost. 349. And again, we only took one trade today, and I was willing to give it a stab here because everything looked really nice to me. Everything looked really nice. We formed the change in the state on the 3-minute here also. So I thought if we retrace here maybe 50%, and then we start to reverse, it's kind of overlapping with this BPR. The market retraces, and then eventually we start to reverse higher, and then eventually we target this buy side, which was like a nice 1 to 2. And then it was a nice trade here. But again, the market just didn't favor us today. This is my second trading this account, second day also, and it was just one of those days where everything is aligning perfectly, but it's just like the higher time frame, like the daily isn't moving. We aren't having much volume. We're building up low resistance. We're inside of a range bound from previous day high, previous day low. So again, we should have just probably been waiting for that to see what the market was likely wanting to do. But nonetheless, this trade was really good. Probably having a sweep though, like maybe sweeping and then eventually trying to catch the reversal here instead of trying to enter in the continuation side. Maybe trying to enter over here whenever we're sweeping something, and eventually trying to reverse. That would have been the better trade idea in my opinion. Probably sweeping the lows from New York AM session lows, London lows, and then eventually starting to reverse instead of trying to catch a continuation trade. But nonetheless, or having the higher time frame PD arrays being hit, like the 1 hour maybe or something like this. This would have been more high probability. Then eventually waiting, and then we did wait for the news too though, so that's another thing. We waited after the news, but maybe something like this would have been a lot more high probability with the inverse. This is another BPR inversion, fair value up there that formed from this high. From this low to this high right here. BPR. See, we stabbed up into it, then we moved up higher. So again, not a bad trade idea, just one that was wasn't ideal because we just didn't have the higher time frame confluences being hit, and we just were inside of the previous day high and low without much volume being put into the market. So that's pretty much really it. And now we're just gonna have to simply continue again, 1 trade a day, 1%. If we lose, or if we go below the account balance, I'm gonna cut the risk in half, and then eventually keep doing that if we continue to lose until we're back to break even. And that's pretty much really it. So yeah, I'm not rushing this. Peace.